What is up, Dodgers Nation, and welcome to the Dodgers Nation postgame show. My name is Doug McKain. You can follow me on X and Instagram at DMac_LA. Thanks for joining us after a wild one in the desert, but the Dodgers, they hold on to a win. They beat the Arizona Diamondbacks by a final score of 10-9. They take the first game of this NOS showdown and improved to 81-54 on the season. Now 5 games up on the Diamondbacks in the division, and the Dodgers continue to put up the best record in baseball. Your Los Angeles Dodgers, as it sits, are now 2 games up of the Milwaukee Brewers, New York Yankees, and Philadelphia Phillies for the best record in baseball. So the Dodgers, best in the West, best in the NL, and best in baseball. We got an injury update on Clayton Kershaw, who left tonight's game. It was a scary sight, a lot of speculation, a lot of people freaking out, but he leaves after throwing just 2 pitches in the second inning. And we got an update. He did leave the game with discomfort to his big toe. It impacted the way he was pushing off. You saw the velocity numbers were down on the fastball and the curveball, but we'll get to that. But how about the game ball? How about the Dodger dog of the night?
Dodger dog of the game.
Going to that Dodgers pen, having to cover 8 innings, an already taxed bullpen covering 8 innings, tasked to get 24 outs. And yes, Anthony Bonda, it got a little scary. He entered with a 10-5 lead, and it ends up 10-9. The Dodgers escape. But what did you expect Dave Roberts to do? They were going to squeeze as many outs as he could out of the guys that were available tonight. Anthony Bonda was pitching on his 3rd straight game in a row, and he's been a rubber arm. He's been solid. He's been great all season for this Dodgers team, and he goes out there, gives up runs, but finds a way to get the job done. Let's not forget, this is the first game of a pivotal 4-game series against the Arizona Diamondbacks, and you were forced to use your bullpen all night long. Your relievers were forced to cover 24 outs, 8 innings. What did you expect Dave Roberts and this team to do? But we got lots to talk about. By the way, we're doing a giveaway. Do you like this hat? Do you want a black one or you want a gray one? You can win one on this show. We're doing tons of giveaways. Just looking for that comment of the show. See the comment of the show? You'll see one of these.
You win. Perfect.
Looking for those fire takes as well.
Fire take.
Anything a little sus, you're going to see one of these. But let's read your comments, guys. Welcome to the Dodgers Nation postgame show, the #1 Dodgers postgame show on YouTube, #1 Dodgers YouTube channel. And it's all thanks to you. So if you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. Hit that like button. Jared says, what a weird game. Active Irving says, Kopech in the 6th again. Look, that is how they're going to use their relievers. They're not going to commit to one closer. And I think when you look at where that game ended up, in the 6th inning, you do go to Michael Kopech, bottom of the 6th inning. He comes in, and he's facing a part of that order for the Arizona Diamondbacks where you're looking at the bottom of the order, and then you're looking at the top of the order. And if you look at the matchups there, you had Perdomo leading off for the Diamondbacks tonight. You had Perdomo, Grichuk, Gurriel Jr. So you look at who he faces. He faces Newman in the bottom of the 6th inning, and that's a 6-5 game at that point. Dodgers up a run. Newman, he singles to center. Herrera, he bunts. That's popped out. He makes the play on it. Kopech really probably should have backed up a little bit and made a different play on it, let it drop a little bit so you could better utilize that. But then he walked Perdomo on 5 pitches. Comes back, really nice sequence there against Jock Peterson. Gets up in the count 0-2, goes to 2-2, and then he fouls off the 5th pitch, 6th pitch to the at-bat. He gets him freezing with a slider up in the zone for the second out, and then he gets Gurriel to line out to short. So, yeah, that definitely early, but when you look at the lead that they were able to manufacture later in that game, going up as much as 10-5 in this one, turned out to be the right move. And I think that if you want to be fluid with your bullpen pieces, it definitely makes sense to utilize them in that capacity. So, look, I mean, it's high leverage. The game can be won or lost in the 6th inning. And if they go out there and they put up a big inning and they take the lead and let's say you use Anthony Bond in that spot and he pitches like he did tonight on his third consecutive appearance in 3 days, well, it could be a very different game tonight. So, hey, I think looking back, retrospect, it definitely was the right move, in my opinion. But let's keep going with your comments, guys. We're also going to talk about roster moves. Do the Dodgers need to call someone up now? Think they might have to. Think that might be in the works. Can option Bobby Miller. We'll see if Clayton Kershaw does go in the IL. I don't think he does. Norman says, boy, I watched that interview with Kershaw, and it was weird. Something is off with the lack of explanation. So Clayton Kershaw, just a few minutes ago, he spoke to the media in Arizona, and he said about the injury that he couldn't really push off, couldn't find a comfortable way to get forward down the mound. Everything else feels great. See how I come out of it tomorrow. I couldn't find a way to push off. We'll figure it out tomorrow. So we'll see what Dave Roberts has to say, but people were really, really freaking out on social media because of how he did leave this game. Let's take a look at it.
You hold your breath and your heart breaks.
So very stoic, not showing very much emotion. Joe Kelly was already getting loose in the bullpen at the start of that inning. And if you look how he performed in the bottom of the first inning, well, the Dodgers, they come out and their guns are blazing. Shohei Ohtani, he hits a leadoff double to start things off, his 30th double of the season. He gets it going, his 30th double of the season. And that's a great way to get things going off Zach Gallen. And then a couple hitters later, Freddie Freeman back in the lineup after missing the entire series with the finger issue, with the fractured finger. And I thought it was hilarious to listen to Freddie Freeman talk about it and dealing with that injury. And before the game, Dave Roberts said that Freddie Freeman not in the lineup, he's a nuisance, he's restless, he's everywhere. He spent some time at the bullpen, he's spent some time in the batting cages. He just didn't know what to do with himself. Reason for that is Freddie Freeman likes to play, and he could not wait to get back in that lineup. He finds himself in a 3-0 count. He gets a four-seam fastball, middle, and he crushes it to left center, 390 feet. A 2-run shot for Fredericks of Hollywood, and that put the Dodgers up 2-0 early. His 18th bomb of the season, and that's exactly how you want to start this game. A couple hitters later, Gavin Lux, he gets a 2-out double to right. Really nice piece of hitting. Stayed back on a changeup. Really nice work there by Gavin Lux. He continues to hit. Gavin Lux, one of the stories here in Major League Baseball. But getting back to Clayton Kershaw, bottom of the first inning, gives up a leadoff double to Perdomo. The slider, 86, leaves it up. And due to the conditions in Arizona, the way it's difficult, I've talked to pitchers that talk about the frustration. It's almost like Coors Field Light in that you don't see that break, that bite on your slider, on your cutter, on your curveball. And for that slider right there, he leaves it up. Perdomo takes advantage. Next batter gets Grichuk to ground to short for the first out. Then he walks Gurriel on 4 pitches. It was a bad sign. He was missing with that four-seam fastball and missing high arm side. He was missing down in the zone, just could not locate it. Next batter, the 1-1 count, Bell singled to right. That scored Perdomo, and then Gurriel, he gets to second, and that puts the first run across for the Diamondbacks on the evening. Dodgers still up 2-1. And then he hits McCarthy by a pitch. Bell gets to second. Gurriel gets to third. And then with the bases loaded, hey, this is one of those things where you can watch a million games in Major League Baseball. You can watch 1,000 games, a trillion games, and you're going to see something new. And you're going to see something you really haven't seen that often. And on the bases loaded, it was Suarez at the plate. He has him down 1-2 in the count, and then he hits a sac fly into a double play. And a really interesting situation here because Bell ultimately gets thrown out at second. A very, very strange play. And when you look at it, it was all a blunder by Josh Bell. So Kershaw, like I said, he walks Luis Gurriel. Josh Bell gets an RBI single. 2-1 Dodgers at that point. Then Kersh hits Jake McCarthy with the pitch to load the bases, and that gives the Diamondbacks a scoring opportunity there with 1 out. And then Bell, I mean, it was a very, very strange play. Teoscar Hernandez made a really nice sliding catch there in left field on that Eugenio Suarez fly ball. And then the run did score on the sac fly, but since Bell didn't tag up at second base, the Dodgers were able to get that third out. So you had a sac fly there, even on the third out, a very, very bizarre play. So you're hoping that this was kind of more of the same with Clayton Kershaw in that it's early inning struggles and nothing more than that. But clearly he was not himself to start the second inning because second inning. And before we get there, I mean, look at the top of the second inning, the Dodgers offense was humming. They were scoring. They were swinging the bats tonight. Max Muncy singled to right to kick off the second. Tommy Edman singled to right. Rojas, he singled to right. That scored Max Muncy. Edman advanced to the third, and the Dodgers, they go up 3-2.
3-2. Rojas shoots another 2-strike hit in there. Muncy turns the corner, comes in to score. 3 consecutive base hits to open this second inning. And the Dodgers are back in front.
So the Dodgers get 3 straight singles to get the scoring going once again. I just want to say, too, Miguel Rojas, this is 11th year playing in the show. This is his best year. He's 35 years old. If you look at the F-WAR, if you look at the average, if you look at where Miguel Rojas is in his career, in year 11, at age 35, playing the most demanding position outside of the catcher spot on the diamond, he is having hit the best year of his career. So, major Dodger dog of the night for Miguel Rojas, who continues to hit.
Dodger dog of the game.
He's hitting .288 with a 107 weighted runs created plus, 4 home runs, 20 doubles on the season. So more scoring for the Dodgers in that inning. Shohei Ohtani was hit by a pitch. By the way, don't you love this? Can you imagine this? Can you imagine this? And I got the update on Kersh. I got what Doc said. It's got a text right now. But we'll get to that. But I want to first get to this inning. Imagine this. You make it to the World Series, and on your way to the World Series, you beat the Dodgers, and you're the Diamondbacks. You beat the Dodgers, you make it to the World Series. Very next season, you're in the hunt in the division, and you're playing the Dodgers at home, and Shohei Ohtani gets hit by a pitch, and your home ballpark is booing. He's booing. They're booing loud. That just shows you that, man, the Dodgers pool is insane. The Dodgers fans are insane. They showed up, they showed out. Dodger Stadium Southwest, you did your thing. And then with the bases loaded, Mookie Betts, 3-2 count, 7 pitch to the at-bat. He hits the sac fly to center. That gives the Dodgers another run to put them up 4-2. Shohei Ohtani steals another base, his 43rd of the season. Next batter, Freddie Freeman. He grounds to first to score Rojas to put the Dodgers up 5-2. So the Dodgers could have got more runs, too. I mean, you had runner on third, Teoscar at the plate. He goes down swinging on a changeup on the inside corner. But the Dodgers get 3 runs, 3 hits. They bounce back there, top of the second inning. And then the bottom of the second inning, Corbin Carroll, second pitch of the at-bat, he crushes a 67-mile-per-hour curveball to right, 427 feet for a home run. And that made it 5-3 Dodgers. So first big red flag tonight was the velocity for Clayton Kershaw. The heater around 87. The curveball around 67. And you look at where he's been since he's been back on the season. Clayton Kershaw, I mean, the average was 89.8, but the minimum was 87.9. So really around his average, really. And the slider was up a little bit, but it was the curveball that was down. And he said after the game he had issues pushing off and issues getting towards home plate. And Dave Roberts just spoke to the media just now, and we did get an update on Clayton Kershaw. He told reporters that Clayton Kershaw has been dealing with bone spurs and that he has been for years This is not something that's new. And he said that he just couldn't push off the leg. And he also said that an IL stint is possible. So he could be placed on the IL. He's been dealing with this for years. I definitely think when you look at how taxed the bullpen is, having to cover 24 outs, having to go 8 innings tonight, I think that it makes the most sense to put him on the IL. And do you see, Robleski was already going to make a spot start on Sunday, but you're going to need Landon Knack to cover Kershaw's start the following week, which would be on Wednesday, presumably. So could it be a Michael Grove situation? Could he be in the fold? That would probably be the easiest, most seamless way to do it. But Dave Roberts did say that he is preparing for a potential IL move. And Dave said, I'd be shocked if we don't make an IL move or two. So there we go. There's the big update, is that, one, this is nothing new. He's been dealing with it for years. We're most likely going to see an IL situation for Clayton Kershaw. And I think if you want to spin the positive on this has to be that he said everything else feels great. So it's not the arm, it's not the elbow, it's not the shoulder, it's nothing upper body or anything like that. But the fact that we're this late in the season and you wanted to continue to build up. Now you kind of worry about, if he does have to make significant time, what's the ramp up going to look like? And is he someone that profiles as a bullpen piece? The answer to that in most cases is no. But I think Robleski was going to be that spot start later. Do you use him earlier? So that to me it's a big question, because it not only impacts the Dodgers in this big time series against the Diamondbacks, but it impacts the postseason as well, because he's someone that was still competing with Gavin Stone, who has pitched significantly better, especially of late. Gavin Stone has gone 7 innings in his last 2 starts. The strikeouts are up. Bobby Miller, really nice start against the Rays a couple Fridays ago, and actually last Friday, and then you saw the kind of the ups and downs against the Orioles. Still, he just made 1 bad pitch against the Orioles. Stuff was playing. Stuff was looking okay. So it's going to be interesting to see how they play this. But let me know down below in the comment section, what do you want to see the Dodgers do with this IL stint? The truth of the matter, we got a super chat here. Adrian Sanchez, Dodgers taking this series 3-1, calling it. They're about to dig deep and take care of business. 5 USD.
Dodger dog.
I'll give you Dodger dog of the game. This was a gritty win. This was a gutsy win. It was a hard-fought win, and game ball to that bullpen, man. They did the damn thing. And even though Anthony Bonda gave us some runs late, he found a way to get it done. And that's all they needed to do, because you can't go to more relievers in those spots. And there was just no one to go to. Scott Dunn, 499. Wonder if Knack or Robleski should be left full-time on the roster to fill in these gaps when something happens to our rosters like it did tonight. Well, never forget, September's coming. You're going to be able to add another piece and a couple pieces, right? So Andy Pajes is going to be the position player, but you can add some depth for that standpoint as well. The other big takeaway is you can say goodbye. Obviously, it was very slim chances at this point, but you could say goodbye to 3,000 strikeouts this season. I didn't think it was going to happen this season. So if Kershaw wants 3K, he's going to have to pick up that player option and come back for 2025. Ohtani, I like this. We're talking about, I haven't gotten to Shohei Ohtani, who made history tonight. So it's going to be a jam-packed show, guys. Settle in. By the way, looking for those comments of the show. Going to nominate a couple, and we're going to give away a hat. One of these, a gray or black. Shipment's coming. Been getting these produced for a while now, so next week. Kershaw needs to retire from those Dodgers. Ray Soto, come on. Kurt Angle wrestled with a broken freaking neck. Give you a fire take for that one. Yeah, I'll give you a fire take for that one if you want some of that. But how about Jack Youngblood for the Rams? They played games with broken legs, too. I mean, there are a lot of tough guys out there. I cannot stand Michael Grove. That's from Dylan McKee. Edge Avindano. D-Mac is on fire. I'll give you some of this. Some fire takes right there. Nate Brian Viz, really bums me out to see Kershaw struggling. Was hoping he'll get one more World Series ring before he hangs it up. Look, his season's not over, and he's dealt with this in the past. It's about managing it. But the truth of the matter is, if you can't figure this thing out, An 87-mile-per-hour fastball is not going to play. A 67-mile-per-hour curveball is not going to play, especially if you can't generate the spin on it and land it like you want to. So all those are factors for sure. So you just have to find a way to see how quickly you get him back. I mean, you got you have 27 games now. 27 games left in the season. You have 4 weeks. So he goes on the IL. I mean, if he goes on the IL, that is definitely a major blow because you're already on the 15. We got sounds like a weak attempt to stick up for his player. Kershaw is done. No Michael Grove, please. Why does everybody surprise this full sucks? I'm talking about Kershaw. Hey, come on now. Don't disrespect the GOAT like that. Come on now. Michael Grove was a mouth breather. What are you talking? Michael Grove's a cool guy. West Virginia dude. Not cool dude. Game 4 is a bullpen game. Anyways, Kershaw 2 to 3 innings bullpen rest. That's from D. Feeks. BC, no Taylor, helped the offense big time tonight. What's up, BC? Always represent. Appreciate you. Hey, D-Bags fans, Dodgers won. Okay, why you got going out to the D-Bags fans? I mean, where were they? Because it was all Dodgers fans for the most part. We got Adrian Sanchez, yes, sir, needs 7 at least. Ohtani, 43-43. Got some thoughts on Shohei Ohtani. We'll get into that. But let's focus on the Kershaw conversation right now because I'm interested to see what you guys have to say and what you think the Dodgers should do at this point. Because me, personally, I think you look at where Kersh is at this stage of his career. Make no mistake about it, this was a massive blow. And this is definitely, could it put his career in jeopardy? Certainly. There's no doubt about it. I mean, like I just said a couple minutes ago, that fastball in the second inning was at 87.2 miles per hour. And then he followed that up with a 67.4 mile per hour curveball that Carroll deposited into the right field bleachers. And he was averaging 90 miles per hour on the fastball in the first inning. Now, that's not lights out, but he's been effective and serviceable with the 90 mile per hour fastball as long as he has the feel for his slider. And he can still go out there and be effective. But he said he couldn't push off, and you saw Dave Roberts and the Dodgers trainer, Thomas Albert. They went out there, zero hesitation, went right up to Kersh, and he walked off the mound, and there was no communication. He did not try to keep that ball. There was no explanation. So clearly they had already had this conversation about it being a possibility before the inning began because he went right to the Dodgers dugout and went right into the Dodgers clubhouse and said at the top of the show, he told reporters in Arizona, I just couldn't really push off. It's frustrating when everything else seems to be feeling great, but no matter what I did, I couldn't find a comfortable way to push off. And he threw just 27 pitches. He went 1+ innings tonight. You're not going deep in the game. He gave up 3 runs. And if you look at the numbers now since he's been back as a whole, 4.5 ERA, a 3.54 FIP, 24 punch-outs to 9 walks and 30 innings of work. He has kept the ball in the yard. The Corbin Carroll home run, that was just the second home run hit off Kersh since he's returned, and that one was when he was compromised. But we'll see what the Dodgers elect to do because they used 7 relievers tonight. They had to cover 8 innings, 24 outs. You had Ryan Brazier, Michael Kopech, Alex Vesia. All 3 of those guys, Brazier, Kopech, and Vesia, they pitched 3 times each in the last 4 days. And then Anthony Bonda, he's pitched 3 days in a row, and you saw he wasn't at 100% tonight. Daniel Hudson, Blake Trinan, both of them, they pitched 2 games in a row. So the Dodgers have to figure something out. Dave Roberts told reporters, we pitched guys tonight we really were trying to stay away from, but we had to finish the game, cover the game. That's kind of the circumstance. We'll see how he comes in, but I'd be shocked if we don't have to make a move or 2 tomorrow. So, man, see it in 2025 for the 3,000 strikeout. And Joe Kelly, I mean, can someone get Decoy? Can we get Decoy to pitch? Because we might need him at this point. And I'm not even joking. Joe Kelly pretty much had a starter's workload. He threw 46 pitches. He needed 46 just to get 5 outs. I mean, that was the most pitches he had thrown since 2016 when he was a starting pitcher. So, yeah, definitely a concern. I mean, especially when you look at the rest of the series, the advantage that they'll have. Nick Romero at 99-cent super chat. Appreciate that. Delirium 9. If Kershaw goes on the IL tomorrow, will he be eligible for the postseason? They can find a way to get him on that postseason roster one way or the other. You can definitely still be eligible, but that's not going to be the issue. No doubt about it. Jason Diamond, I want Kershaw to retire on this next IL stint. We got Steve Sapo. Once Bonda got Carroll, I knew he'd finish it for sure. For sure. Let's do Blocks guy. Next man up, like we've been doing. Crazy year for sure with all the adversity. Best record in baseball. Yeah, how about that? With all that, the best record in baseball. So we'll revisit this. We got D-Mac, I need a ride to the parade from Diego Ortiz. That's the first contender for comment of the show. I like that. Teo got some super legs on defense. Yeah, really nice defense. Sliding catch in the first. Really nice job there by Teoscar Hernandez. Rosemary. What's up, Rosemary? Miggy Rowe is an MVP for Dodgers, and he knows how to show up when the team needs him to get it. I agree with you, D-Mac. Yeah, he's been fantastic, and Dave Roberts has said as much. He's one of the MVPs of this team. Hi, Dougie Fresh. What up, Jay Bullet? We need to bring up players from AAA. That's from Lemon818. Gabriella, why do they say 2 IL moves? Because who knows? I mean, you have other guys that are possible. Not necessarily mean that. It doesn't necessarily mean that. But, I mean, Daniel Hudson, I mean, he's someone who's pitched a lot lately. Is he at 100%? I mean, it's the most innings he's pitched since 2019. You saw the move that they made with Blake trying with the hip to kind of reset and re-energize him. But you need to get guys to cover these innings for sure. But let's keep it going, guys. Fire away in the comment section. $10 from Kiki Miyazaki. Ohtani 55-55 is coming. Let's go Dodgers. Give you a comment of the show. 55-55. I need 60-60, man. I need 60-60. Clayton Kershaw, the Dodgers dog of the game. Martin True, Will Smith, Homer felt like the biggest nut of the... Oh, my goodness. I'm going to give myself a bruff reading that. We don't need an NLDS Game 1 repeat. Love Kershaw, but he's reliable as of now. Wait. Hold on. Pump the brakes. There's not going to be a world where Clayton Kershaw was getting the ball in game 1, 2, or 3, barring some major injury issues. I mean, Clayton Kershaw was not going to be getting the ball in any of those significant games. If Clayton Kershaw is pitching game 1 or 2, then a lot of things have gone really wrong for the Dodgers. And I can tell you that that's not what they're thinking. They want him as a depth piece, and if he can help this team, then great. If he can't, I mean, they have options, hopefully. I mean, I was encouraged by Buehler's start, encouraged by Miller's start. I've heard good things about Yamamoto. I talked to Dave Roberts about that, and he told me that everything looked really good after Yamamoto's first rehab start. And, yeah, I heard some funny stories about Yamamoto down OKC. One thing I heard that was pretty funny from a player down OKC is they asked Yamamoto, hey, Yamamoto, how you like pitching the minors? And he just shook his head. $5 from Albert Gomez. Appreciate you. I like that. Ain't worried about the D-backs. These are not your grandpa's 2022-23 Dodgers. Albert Gomez, that's a contender for a hat. Give you that. Just bring up Landon Knack. Landon Knack's been tough this year. Landon Knack is certainly someone that has proven to be a solid option. He's not going to be your ace or anything like that, but he's someone that can get the job done. He's someone that has experience now, and you could have worse options than Landon Knack. And look, I mean, Landon Knack, I mean, he's pitched in 10 games. He's made 8 starts this year for the Dodgers at a 3 ERA and a 3.55 expected ERA. Landon Knack can absolutely come up and get the job done in a spot start situation. Robleski has flashed some talent as well. And Jay Bullet says, God, I miss River Ryan. I love that comment because I miss him too. I think he was going to be on my postseason roster. Decoy can pitch better than Kershaw from Nando 390. What's up, Nando? Give you a little bruh. I'd take Knack over Kershaw, River Ryan. Dodgers need a Joe Boo from Dan Cooper. I like that. That's a comment of the show. potential for the hat prize we're going to give up later. He should be retaliated. Kershaw's career is in jeopardy against the D-Macs and Pirates and the Padres. I miss the L.A. River. I love that nickname. We had the best nickname for him, right? The L.A. River, because he's filthy. That was River Ryan. Why would you want him on the staff? We got why not show some love, hit that like button. That's from Dan. Yeah, definitely hit that like button. More likes, more giveaways, more subscribers. Helps everyone out. Really appreciate it. We got Pinocchio Roberts on comment, should we believe? I mean, look, you got to take it with a grain of salt. And I'm trying to do some digging right now, but we'll see. I think that if I was a betting man, if I was an Ipe man, I would definitely probably bet on Kersh probably going on the IL. It makes the most sense right now because of how taxed the bullpen is. You got to get him right, for sure. We got Brazier only threw 7 pitches. Why not go a couple more batters from Neil Kasamoto? I thought that too. I think you bring up a valid point. He's been fantastic. Brazier hasn't given up a run since he's returned from the IL. He's looking more like the Ryan Brazier that we saw last season. And he goes 1, 2, 3 in the bottom of the 5th inning. In the very next inning, you go to Kopech. So you could have gotten a little length. I mean, at that point, it was a tie game at that point. So there's that. But yeah, I mean, Brazier, he's someone that is climbing on the trust tree. They think that he absolutely has a chance to make the postseason roster, and as of right now, he's going to be on that postseason roster, and he's still ramping back up at the big league level to get to where he was. So that's kind of the thought process there. But yeah, Brazier is someone who has given them multiple innings of relief, right? He's given you some length. He's not a guy that is a one-and-done type of pitcher. He can give you multiple innings. I mean, just early in the month against the Mariners, he went an inning and a third. Against the Cardinals, he goes an inning and a third. He's certainly built to do that. So I definitely was thinking that in my mind, just would they try to squeeze some more outs out of Ryan Brazier? Certainly it was a potential option they could have had. But Dodgers should get Tommy Pham for $199. I'm good, fam. I'm good. Think about Tommy Pham. I'm not saying he can't help a team. I'm not saying there would be a family feud if the Dodgers picked him up. But there's a reason why that's the reason why he's updating his LinkedIn right now and trying to get a job. I mean, with the Cardinals, Tommy Pham, he had 206 and was 19% below league average. He was barely above league average with the White Sox. Not a needle mover. Not a needle mover in my eyes. I'd rather go the young player route and give some opportunities to Andy Pages, because Andy Pages still crushes left-handed pitching. And he can be a valuable bat off the bench. And Chris Taylor, we'll see what he does. We'll see if he continues to perform. But the thing about Tommy Pham this year, he has a 762 OPS versus lefties. He's hitting 232 versus lefties. So 762 OPS versus lefties for Tommy Pham. And that's definitely the role that you would have for him, right? Is some guy who could get some opportunities against lefties. Well, if you're going to play that game and you're going to go that far, I'd rather have the 871 OPS of Andy Pages. Give me Andy Pages over Tommy Pham, especially this season. Tommy Pham, he's an older guy, hasn't had success this season. 5 USD from Surge DF5. Let Kersh get his 3,000 Ks. F the haters. It's a fire take. I like that, and I appreciate that take. But let's keep moving along with this recap, and we'll continue to go back to the main story in a little bit. But lots of things happening in this game. So, yeah, we talked about the bullpen stepping up. Vesia goes 1, 2, 3. He was fantastic. I really liked his at-bat against his facing Jock Peterson there in the bottom of the 4th in a 5-5 game. Falls behind the count 2-0. And then ends up striking him out with a 4-seam fastball up in the zone. Just really like how he's locating that heater on the corners. And then Zach Gallen really did start to settle down. Zach Gallen was giving up runs early on. He settles down in this one, and it looked like it was going to be more of the same, where the Dodgers, they had last 4 games, 17 of their last 19 runs were scored in the first 4 innings before they were able to get things going later in this one. So you were thankfully hoping that trend would be reversed, and you did see some of that. because Zach Gallen had 3 scoreless innings after he allowed 5 runs in the first 3 innings. And Vesia, Ryan Brazier, they went 2 1/3 shutout innings. And really in the middle there, when the game was tight, it was Brazier and it was Vesia who really stepped up. And then you jump to the top of the 6th inning. Max Muncy, first pitch against old friend Dylan Floro, Randy Arozarena's daddy. I mean, Dylan Floro, I mean, you really like to see his work there. A little change up down the zone in the 2020 World Series. Never forget Dylan Floro's contributions to that team. Well, first pitch against Max Muncy, the funky Muncy, he doubles to center. A couple batters later, Miguel Rojas with 1 out, 3-2 pitch. He's putting the ball in play. That's the thing about Miguel Rojas, too. He's putting the ball in play. You don't need to hit every single at-bat. You don't need a home run or a double. Putting the ball in play, like my friend Jerry Harrison Jr. likes to say, contact is king. He grounded to second. Muncy advanced to third. And then they go to Mantiply. And then Mantiply is in the game. And Max Muncy, he scores on a wild pitch. Max Muncy finds a way to lumber home on a wild pitch. The Dodgers take the lead at 6-5, and then Shohei Ohtani, he strikes out swinging. And then Kopech, we talked about that inning. He gets the job done, did give up a leadoff single to Newman, but he puts up a scoreless inning. And then the top of the 7th inning is when the Dodgers offense exploded once again. Mantiply pitching to Mookie Betts. Betts draws the leadoff walk. Then he goes on to steal second. Couple batters later, Teoscar Hernandez, he's intentionally walked. And that sets the Dodgers up with runners on first and second. And then you had Kike hitting for Lux. So Kike hits for Lux, and he flies to right. Betts makes it all the way to third. And then Teoscar ends up stealing second, and that set up Will Smith in a 2-2 count. Runners at second and third. Will Smith, who hadn't left the yard since 8-13. Hey, Will Smith, the clutch prince, he gets jiggy with him, my man.
Here it comes. A high fly ball to deep left field. Gurriel's back. He's at the wall. There it goes. Will Smith with a 3-run home run to crack this game open.
17th home run of the year for Will Smith. Where there's a will, there's a way, some willpower that they needed in that spot. Great to see him get going. Look, I'm not going to, I mean, he goes up, big situation, and that really was the at-bat of the night. That was the swing of the night for the Dodgers. Will Smith hitting that 3-run bomb, giving them a nice lead at that point. You thought it was going to be a runaway. You're feeling really good about where the Dodgers were at after that one. They take a 9-5 lead. They get 3 runs on 1 hit. The 3-run shot by Will Smith there in the 7th inning. And then you're hoping, okay, this will be an easy win. It'll take some stress off the bullpen. Daniel Hudson comes out to pitch the 7th. He goes 1-2-3. Then top of the 8th inning, Dodgers offense looking to add some insurance runs, and they absolutely did need this insurance run. So, hey, I said early on, this might be a game where the Dodgers need to score double digits in order to win. And Shohei Ohtani, 2 outs, 2 strikes. Shohei Ohtani hits another bomb.
4 should be a win. Driven the other way. Gurriel to the trap. Gurriel to the wall. It's gone! Shohei with another shot. His 43rd. One of each tonight. Make it 43 and 43.
So Shohei Ohtani, 43 home runs and 43 stolen bases. He's on pace for 50-50 still. The first player in Major League Baseball history. The first player in Major League Baseball history to hit 43 home runs and have 43 stolen bases. And on top of that, he's got 11 games this season where he's hit a home run and has had a stolen base. Since 1900, there's only 3 players other than Shohei Ohtani that have had more in a season. Ricky Henderson had 13 games where he stole a base and hit a home run in 1986. Ronald Acuna Jr. had 12 last season. And then Bobby Bonds had 12 in 1973. Shohei Ohtani is going to obliterate that record. And I looked it up after the game. I was curious. Dodgers, 81 wins on the season. 81 wins on the season. And that puts them at 81-54. That now makes Shohei Ohtani on the most winningest team he's ever been on. With the Dodgers improving to 81-54 in the season, Shohei Ohtani is now on the winningest club of his MLB career. Think about that. Shohei Ohtani's been in the show since 2018. He's played 6 big league seasons. Yes, in 2020 it was a shortened season, but with 27 games to play, 81 wins is the most that Shohei Ohtani has ever experienced at the big league level. 81-54 in the season. Shohei Ohtani is now on the winningest club of his MLB career, and they still have 27 more games to play. The best record any of Ohtani's Angels teams had was in 2018 when the Halos went 80-82. They were still 2 games under 500. So I know that Shohei Ohtani is enjoying this. Not only is he the best he's ever been offensively, when you look at what he can do on the base pass, he's on pace to set a new career high in home runs, but he's winning. He's in a pennant race. He's in a division race. He's playing meaningful baseball for the first time of his big league career in late August and early September. Shohei Ohtani is loving life on the Los Angeles Dodgers. He's setting new records. He's making history. He's going to run away with the MVP. He's going to be the first DH to win an MVP. He's going to be the first 45-45 guy. Could be the first 50-50 guy. And it'll be the first time that he's played in the postseason. His dog's throwing out the first pitch. Shohei Ohtani is loving life in Dodger blue. And it's a great thing to see. What are your thoughts on that? Let me know down below. Okay, guys, let's read some more comments here. Keep firing away. Still going to give out that hat. D-Mac, new clean layout. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a nighttime, man. Got to go nighttime with it. But Shohei Ohtani, man, could not be happier for the guy. What did Will Smith say as he rounded the base when he hit the home run? F yeah. Yeah, Will Smith was hype, man. Great to see it. Great to see it. And by the way, guys, you know I hate to be a victory lap guy. Not going to be the victory lap guy, but did you guys watch Dodgers dugout? It was early show today because we had top prospect, Dodgers #1 prospect, Dalton Rushing. Great guy. Loved having Dalton Rushing on the show. If you didn't watch that, get a chance to go watch that. You'll really learn a lot about what makes him a special prospect, a special player. He talks about making the postseason roster and what he has to do that, and at least making a conversation out of it. We got into some really awesome stuff today. Was picking my home runs, and here are my called shots for tonight's game. Will Smith is my called shot. You know, I'm going to add Shohei bomb too. I'm going to add Shohei bomb too. 2 bombs tonight for your Los Angeles Dodgers. We got a $5 super chat. Get those super chats up there before we head out. Victor Banos, appreciate you, my man. $20. Thank you so much. Bring Dalton. He has popped from the left side. Paul Vaughn. There you go. If you want the lottery numbers tomorrow, I got you guys. I hit a double called shot. I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good. Dodgers win a wild one. We got the D-Mac who are starting pitchers for the postseason. I'll answer that in a little bit. The Stove 25. We got Ray Soto give the pitcher a golden ball for Show's 50-50 home run. Mario Landavarde, what are the chances he does 45-45 or 50-50 at the same time? That's pretty wild. 100 win is possible. Tortani 50-50. It's a fire take. It's a fire take right there. Diamondbacks base running blunder in the first was huge. Yeah, absolutely. That was that was all on Josh Bell. And that sack fly, they still scoring up, but still, they definitely did the Dodgers a huge favor there. Not gonna lie, our postseason pitching situation scares the F out of me. Yeah, a lot of big questions, a lot of big injury concerns right now. Glasnow concerned, but Glasnow, there was a little Tyler Glasnow update today, and it looks like things are back to trending in the right direction. trending in the right direction. He did play catch today, did play catch in Arizona, and I'm curious to see how he'll bounce back from that. So definitely it's a good thing to hear, because he didn't play catch today. I was going to be extremely concerned. Top tier unicorn from Eric on YouTube. Doug McTorta MVP from, I'll give you a bruh for that one. I'm going to give you a bruh. That's from L. Machingon. Carl, so Teo was over 3 with 3 strikeouts, and they intentionally walk him. Thanks, Arizona. Yeah, I think the same thing. I mean, Teoscar Hernandez, he's been really good runners in scoring position second half of the season. So really good for the Dodgers really this entire year. He's been extremely important, but I was surprised there with his kind of free swinging and kind of the strikeouts. But look, I mean, people act like he's having a down month for some strange reason, but he's still OPSing 881, hitting 280. I mean, July hit 301, OPS 848. So, he is definitely an extremely dangerous hitter, and he's one of those guys where if he has a couple strikeouts on his ledger, on his box score, then you almost feel like, he's due at that point. But Ohtani, a 2-time John Surgery, this might be his final chance to pitch meaningful games. Will Smith yelled, "I am relevant." Yeah, there you go. Will Smith, Mr. Relevant. We know that one, right? That one was something that we're not going to forget. We're not going to forget that one. So, you really like the fact that he got it going, man. I mean, he hadn't hit a home run since 8-13 against the Brewers. He is relevant. And here we go. We got some more down below in the comment section, guys. We got Kyle Rady. Actually playing meaningful games after the All-Star game is going to benefit us and help get the playoff atmosphere. Totally agree. I mean, this is interesting. It's fascinating. The magic number is 22. There you go. We are talking magic numbers, man. Gotta love it. You gotta love it for sure. Rengoku 81. Comment Tortani to win decoy shaped torta. D-Mac, what's up with the Dodgers? We're all rolling tonight. From Iziel, Ohtani will be disappointed when the Dodgers lose in the first round. Don't worry. Okay, let's screenshot that so when they do, we can revisit that for sure. 5-game lead in the division, boys. Let's go Dodgers. Jose Marrero, a huge Dodgers win tonight against the Snakes. Got a little scary in the 9th, but we got it done with the bats. Shout out to Will Smith and Shohei Ohtani with the tanks. Let the game. Let's go. Absolutely, that was huge. Home runs, man. Home runs. D-Mac should have done a parlay for homers. I definitely should. LM 2255 says rushing, a ton of confidence, a ton of poise too, a bunch of poise too. Dougie Fresh, the great Karnak. Hey, that's a nice deal. Okay, this is okay. You won the hat, Devin. You won the hat. There's the comment of the show. Devin's called me D-Pay Mac because I bet correctly, I picked correctly. So email us at contribute@dodgersnation.com to claim your hat. That one got me. Let's do a t-shirt too. I'll find a t-shirt for you guys too. What do the Dodgers, UCLA, and USC have in common? They're all winning this weekend. Okay, yeah. Wow. UCLA, Hawaii tomorrow, 4 o'clock. USC, LSU in Vegas. If they win that one, great start to their season. But, Rosemary Rodriguez, do we know how Glasnow's throwing went? I don't believe that Dave Roberts was asked about how it went, and a lot of times it's the next day, it's the bounce back. But I have to assume that if we haven't heard anything about it yet, you got to feel pretty good about it. I mean, they're trying to ramp him up from 60 to 90 to 120 feet, but there's definitely some uncertainty. But he did play catch. He did play catch today. He's going to continue the throwing program tomorrow. So that's good news. The fact that you already have the plan in place for the following day. And then Bruce Dark Gratterall, too. A little mini update on Bruce Dark Gratterall. Saturday, tomorrow, he's going to face hitters. And then Yoshinobu Yamamoto, he's throwing a bullpen session on Sunday, and he is going to make his second rehab start with the Oklahoma City Dodgers on Tuesday. So things are rolling. I mean, the fact that he played catch day, the throwing program continues tomorrow, that's definitely a major positive on that front. So it's right. It's okay to be worried, but at the same token, I'm willing to take this risk. I'm willing to take this gamble with keeping him fresh, especially when you know that it has to happen. Oh, Fish Slayer says D-Mac is Miss Cleo. I like that. That's a fire take. That's a fire. Hey, D-Mac and Shohei Ohtani is doing this during a rehab situation. That's from Hannibal Hector. Yeah, the fact that this guy's making history and he's an injured pitcher for sure. Thanks, Kelly Oshiro. As always, appreciate that, guys. But we're going to be live tomorrow, too, guys. Lots of news. We'll see what the corresponding moves are going to be. Dalton Rushing is about to love Tortas when he gets called up. Yeah, we'll have to give him all of our best places. Dylan McKee over on YouTube. No doubt about it. Yummy. Shohei will be our closer in the postseason. Yummy. It's a hot take. The organization is saying that's not the case as of right now. So things could change. Desperate situations call for desperate measures. So, yeah, I personally, you have to think, I mean, Landon Knack, he did toss 4 innings on Wednesday, so you got to rule him out. I think you'll see him possibly the following week, early in the week, Wednesday, and they'll call him up, and he'll get a start next week. I think you'll see Robleski for a spot start on Sunday, and Michael Grove, I think, is the guy that ultimately gets called up. I think you're going to see Michael Grove. He's going to be that guy. Pretty much on the money with those, so I'm pretty sure you can take those to the bank. Josh Bell's a few jumbo jacks away from looking like Prince Fielder. Why is Prince Fielder catching strays on the Dodgers Nation postgame show tonight? Why? I mean, come on now. Doug McTorta, bruh. Alex Renteria, come on now. Is that the nickname, Doug McTorta? $4.99. Will Smith yelled, "Keep my slumps." Okay, all right. I'll give you the T-shirt. You get the T-shirt here. Email us at contribute@dodgersnation.com. Giving out a T-shirt and a hat. That's from Mongo Slade. Will Smith yelled, "Keep my slumps name out of your mouth." So, hey, I'm always here for a little late topical joke from the Oscars a couple years ago, so why not? We'll give you I'm feeling generous tonight. But by the way, we're going to do some jersey giveaways. I know some of you guys you wanted that jersey. You didn't see a lot of familiar faces on that because it was completely random, and everyone who entered got to do it. And there was almost 10,000 people that entered. But we are going to do specific jersey giveaways for the people that are commenting and watching every single show. And we're going to do that Dodgers Nation Commenter Hall of Fame in the offseason. We're going to have our first class, guys. So if you want to be inducted in that first class, we're definitely looking for those. But I was talking, and we're going to do a jersey giveaway just for the daily viewers of the show. So definitely be on the lookout for that. We're going to round up all you guys to be eligible for that as well. But Alfonso Rodriguez, D-Mac Smith with a home run. Love it. I love to see that. Stop using Kopech. Early Kopech for closer from Jorge. Yeah, we talked about that. I mean, in the spot. I mean, look, the last couple of appearances for Kopech, it was there in the 9th inning. And I do think he's going to get a lion's share of those save opportunities for the Dodgers in the postseason. But kind of the way the bullpen was shaped up, I mean, you still wanted to get him in the highest of leverage situation. Because guess what? Was it a high leverage situation? It was. Michael Kopech was used in a high-leverage situation that could have flipped the game. It could have flipped the game tonight. There's no doubt about that. I mean, it was the 6th inning. Dodgers up 6-5 at that point. They had just scored on the Muncy score on the wild pitch the previous inning. So don't have too many qualms. Don't have too many qualms about that. And, look, it just got so much stressful later in the 9th inning. I mean, really, the way it worked out, the guy that was pitching on his 3rd consecutive day, Bonda, needed the most run support. If Bonda comes out in that situation, the Dodgers are going to trail. It's harder to win when you're playing from a deficit. So I think that the usage of the pen today, you have to frame it as this way. I mean, your starter went an inning. Your starter went 1 inning. He was only able to get 3 outs in this one. And he was your starter in a game, the first of a 4-game wraparound set in an NL West showdown. So you're going to have to get as many outs as you can out of some guys. And sure, Brazier could have gone longer, but, I mean, you just can't take every pitcher out when they're finding some stress. You got to play through some stuff, and you're just going through your entire bullpen at that point, and you really are setting yourself back for the rest of the series. So, I mean, I think Dave Roberts, give a Dodger dog of the night. I really do. I think the way that he stepped up and managed that bullpen, and thankfully you're able to get a cushion for Bond at the end. I mean, hey, it's fast and the furious, man. It doesn't matter if it's by an inch or a mile. You win the game. And now you're 5 games up in the division. I think if you can just, at the very least, now you have 3 games to win 1 where it's a split. And at that point, you're not losing much ground in the division, right? You're not losing that much ground in the division. If they take the next 3, the Diamondbacks are down 2 in the division, right? But at this point, if you split, you're still in an okay spot moving forward. And then you're also in a way where you can hopefully take 3 out of 4 and really, really gain some cushion in this division. But a couple more comments here, guys. Like 10 more. Let's keep reading because you guys, it's Friday night. Let's do it. Let's get it popping. We got Kershaw needs better shoes if his toe hurts. Mr. Marty Mart, you calling out Skechers? You're calling out Skechers? Man, if Kersh has 2 good starts in the World Series, I'll do a shoey out of some Skechers, man. We got this coaching staff needs to get fired. Too many of our guys getting hurt. That's from Age. Bob Tan, miss you, Yamamoto. Face. I like that. Joe can fight though. Yummy. Yeah, exactly right. Extend Dave Roberts from Jay Bullet. Dr. Scholes is calling from Mr. Marty Mart. That's a fire take. That's a fire take for sure. All right, let's get the vibes on. That's from Rosemary Rodriguez. Keep the vibes up. I think the vibes are good. You have the best record in baseball, and Dave Roberts said before the game, this is truly the healthiest they've been, and the question marks, I think, are going to become exclamation marks pretty soon. I think that they're playing Glasnow strategically. I'm going to feel a lot better about Glasnow tomorrow when he's throwing on back-to-back days in the throwing program. Brewstar's trending up. Yamamoto's making his what should be last rehab start. Things really are trending in the right direction. Buehler's pitch better. Bobby's pitch better. Kersh, it's not an arm injury, it's a toe injury. A lot of people thought this was the last they were going to see. A lot of overreactions on the X. They thought it was it for him. D-Mac, go get some carne asada fries. Hepatitis C, you know those are my favorite. I'm in the mood for those for sure. Yeah, definitely hit that like button on your way out, guys. Couple more comments here, and I'll let you guys enjoy the rest of your Friday night. But the Dodgers, they win a wild one in the desert, 10-9, 81-54 on the year. Shohei Ohtani making more history. First 43-43 player in baseball. You love to see that. Joe Mama, I turn off the TV every time Kelly comes on. Give you a finish him. For that, give you a bro, actually. Robert looks a little frustrated with Kershaw's injury. I wonder if he felt Kershaw was not as upfront as he should have been to let Roberts be more prepared. The Stove 25. I think that you probably have his gears turning because he knows that he needs so many relievers to cover tonight, and he certainly did get that. And I think that that's why there's a lot of frustration on his part. The frustration comes from the fact that you know that you're in a pivotal series, a lot on the line, and you have to go out there. I mean, give Joe. I know Joe Kelly threw 46 pitches, gave the 2 earned runs, but damn, he went an inning and 2/3. Vesia goes an inning and a third. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Dodgers relievers covering 24 outs, 8 innings. Ryan Brazier gets the win, 1-0 on the season. So give him a credit. And then Michael Kopech, he picks up the hold in this one. But, guys, final thought on this one is that the walk-off shot here and the biggest takeaway is that this team has a lot of grit, man. I mean, the way that bullpen fought, just stepping up to the challenge tonight, the way the offense came through, Freddie Freeman slumping. He was 3 for 23 after suffering that finger injury, and he just couldn't stand being out of the lineup. First game back, first at bat, hits a home run. That's dog. That's grit. Will Smith hitting 200 around 208 last 3 months. Hasn't hit a home run since August 13th. Hits a big 3-run shot. Screams, let's effing go. I love the grit of this team. This is a different Dodgers team. I guarantee you that. Luck's still hitting. Rojas still hitting. a lot to be positive about with this team. And we'll report, as soon as that news breaks on the IL situation, who gets called up, we will be going live. We'll be going live tomorrow as well. But that's going to do for this episode of the Dodgers Nation Postgame Show. My name is Doug McKain. You can follow me on X and Instagram at DMac_LA. If you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. Hit that like button. Let's get some walk-off shots right here. Thank you, Taylor. Thanks to the infamous El Guapo, Max Kuhn. We got Chris Villalobos. We got Kenny Chung. Pibbles9 in the chat. Jeremy H. Greg. So much adversity this year. Best record, period. Exactly. Great way to put it. Kyle in the chat. We got Low Blue over on YouTube. BC, I'm proud of you, Doug, for making it the full hour. Hey, man, I did like 8-hour shows. Kershaw going to sign with New Balance from Beersama. But thanks again, guys, as always, for rocking with us. My name is Doug McKain. You can follow me on X and Instagram at DMac_LA. Remember, nothing brings together quite like Dodger baseball. And until next time, think blue, bleed blue,